day just over 50 boxes, counting and tabulating. Again, we say that that is not an acceptable rate, and if it rate of production, so to speak, and if it continues like that, then we are not going to conclude the process within the time scheduled, that is 25 days. And we are not seeing any effort by GCOM to improve the speed of the process. In fact, just now at about 5 p.m., an order was issued by the DCO and confirmed by the chairman not to release more ballot boxes. Now that is totally unacceptable, and it is, one would have thought that GCOM undertaking this exercise and giving itself a time frame published in an order gazetted would work assiduously and fervently to ensure that that time frame is being met. But GCOM itself seemed to be undermining the very time frame that it has fixed, because GCOM is instructing work to stop long before the 7 p.m. deadline for a day's work. At 5 o'clock, a box could have been completed from 5 to 7. And if it goes beyond 7, well, then so be it. If there is going to be any departure from the time frame, it should be a departure in favor of extension of time, not reduction of time. And we continue to appeal to GCOM to act more expeditiously and make decisions that are going to improve, not debilitate, the speed at which the process is moving. Another decision which we find very unacceptable is a decision made by the Commission to live stream the observation report. Now, as I keep saying, the observation report and its content is a sideshow that APNU AFC wants to gravitate to great prominence in order to detract from the actual counting of the ballots. Because the actual counting of the ballots are producing figures that are uncovering Mingo's fraud and are conforming the SOPs which the PPP have made public, that those SOPs are correct. So APNU AFC can't allow that information to disseminate freely. So they are trying now to contaminate and detract attention from that by putting this observation report, which is a receptacle of a whole host of unsubstantiated queries that they are raising as the counting process goes on. So, for example, when a serial number is being called, some person is raising a ridiculous objection that that person who voted with that serial number, that person has migrated. And they're not producing a scintilla of evidence to show how they know that that person has migrated. Or they make an objection that that person is dead. Not producing any evidence whatsoever. And that is being documented in that observation report that they are fighting so much for. Now, they were opposed to live streaming. Absolutely. They didn't want that. Now we are seeing that they're fighting now to live stream. But the observation report they want to live stream. They are not concerned about the actual count and the numbers that it is disclosing. They want to detract with this sideshow of this observation report, which is nothing but a propaganda element that they're feeding out there. And unfortunately, the commission has made that a decision. We went to the commission, the chair of the commission, and we have requested that the commission reconsiders that. Reconsider it for many reasons. One, it is irrelevant to the count itself, because this is a process called national recount of ballots. Not an observation report and a going commentary of what of ridiculous allegations. And also, we are governed by an order. I have a copy in my hand here of the order. And if you examine it, it says nowhere in the order that this observation report must be live streamed or broadcast. The order says this: any observation not catered for in the checklist provided shall be recorded on the observation report form. The ballot box checklist shall be signed by the workstation supervisor. The observation report shall be signed by the supervisor of the workstation and representatives of each contesting party present. A copy of the completed ballot box checklist and the observation report shall be given to party representatives. That is what it says. No mention at all about live streaming. So the parties are given it. If each party wants to go and display it on their Facebook page or reading out for the public to hear, that's a matter for the parties. But we cannot use up valuable time that which can be spent in counting or recounting the ballots by reading out a ridiculous report. And I witnessed it being read. Nobody who listening can understand what is being read, because they're speaking in this kind of language and they're reading so slowly that you can't follow it. And the parties have it already in their possession. Whatever use they wish to make of it, they are free to do so. But to include it in the formal tabulation process is not only unnecessary, but it's causing tremendous delay. And that is a further setback that we have to work on to eliminate. We lodged our complaints with the chairperson and all the other political parties, of course, other than the AP and UAFC, are with us on this issue. They do not see the relevance, and they see it as an important, as an exercise that is consuming valuable time, which can be spent on the counting of the ballots, which is the main event here. I keep emphasizing, and all these sideshows have to be eliminated, or else we are going to be here for a very, very long time. So I just thought that we would update you on our position in relation to that. We are preparing a press release, which we will release to you, documenting also our concerns on the issues.
Were your other concerns addressed by the commission? You had said you were seeking a meeting with them to get
we didn't get the full meeting that we sought. We got the opportunity was to raise this singular issue with the chairperson. Our request for a meeting is still pending, and we are hoping to meet with the chairperson as early as possible. I know that the other political parties have written, and they are also requesting a meeting with the chairperson and the whole commission, not the chairperson alone, to address these very concerns which we have. Because the same problems that keep arising, they continue to arise, station after station, day after day, although decisions are made on how to reconcile or address these issues. We keep doing it over and over again, and that is what is detracting from the main counting. Now, we have compiled a document where we can show that when you take out the time that is spent on every other thing other than counting, you find, in fact, what the document will show is that if one is to only count, then a box can be concluded in 30 minutes. A box can be concluded in 30 minutes. But because of all the frills, that is what is consuming the time. Now we have the matter being compounded by the chairperson now stopping work at 5 o'clock effectively. Whereas from 5 to 7, we could have counted a box. And if we have to extend, then so be it. So this is the observation report is a violation of this order, and I would like you to read the order back and see that there is no provision for it. GCOM can't put out an order out there that will govern its process, and then when one political party raise an objection, it departs from the order. This is what GCOM said. We took weeks and weeks to negotiate this document, and now the document is being trampled upon by GCOM itself. because it's pandering to one political party, engaging in processes that are all designed to derail the process and undermine the integrity of the process. And why? Because the process is conforming that the PPP won the 2015-2020 general and regional elections. That is what the process is conforming. That is what the process is conforming.